Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be experimenting, so if you're watching this video, that means it works. Alright, so welcome back to my channel. As you all know, my name is Marcy and we're making Easter bun. I'm not going to say it's Jamaican Easter bun because I'm not doing it the traditional way. You can go back and watch my videos from 4 years ago. You can use a recipe with the dragon stout, but I'm doing something different today. Alright, so welcome back. I have here some milk. It's warm. We're gonna melt our sugar and combine all our wet ingredients. So here I have my sugar and I have some butter in here as well. Not adding my egg as yet because the milk is still kind of warm. I'm gonna add a little jelly in there. I normally use guava, but if you don't have guava, that's totally fine. Just add in 1 spoon. Some honey. Oops. And remember, depending on your sugar intake, I use 1 1/4 cup of sugar. If you want to add less, you can go ahead and add less. Alright. Now, we have vanilla. I may need to add browning since I'm not using any Malta or any dragon, because that normally helps to give some color, but I'm not using any today. Some vanilla, I'm adding 1 tablespoon. And of course some molasses. So roughly a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of vanilla, and a tablespoon of guava jam or strawberry jam, whichever one you have. Oven is already preheated and my baking pans are already greased and ready to go. So when I'm done mixing, I don't have to stop to do all of that. 1 cup. I'll let you know how many buns this recipe yield. 3. So to every cup of flour, you can just add a teaspoon of baking powder. Alright, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. I have my spices here. I have a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of mixed spice, a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, and a teaspoon of ginger. If you have mixed spice, it has everything in it. If you don't have any nutmeg or if you don't have any cinnamon and you have mixed spice, that's good enough because it has everything in it. It has different spices in there mixed together. It depending on what you're making though. Some things you definitely need to have your nutmeg and your cinnamon separate. Alright, gonna add in some salt. Is a 1/2 tablespoon measuring. So I think 1/2 tablespoon is good enough. And when you're sifting, the salt doesn't sift all the way, so you may need to add a little more after sifting. your dry ingredients, but less salt is good anyway, so you don't have to do that. I took this out so that when I'm scooping the flour, I sift at the same time, and I totally forgot. So now I have to go over and have one more bowl to wash, which is totally unnecessary. And I'm just sifting to make sure everything is refined and there is no lumps. Alright. Okie dokie. And I did add just a pinch of zest in my eggs. To all the faithful ones that have been here with me for a while now, you know that I don't like mixed peel in my Easter bun. So what I normally do is just sprinkle some on top just for beautification purposes. And what I'm going to do with my cherries, I already chopped them. I'm adding some chopped cherries. I don't mind eating the cherries. Okay. And for my raisins, it's already chopped as well. I don't want the whole raisin in my bun. So that's one major difference that I'm adding. I told you this is not the traditional way, but I'm pretty sure it will taste good, so just keep on watching. Another major difference, I'm not using any stout, I'm using Baileys. Alright, if you don't want to use the Baileys, that's totally fine. Use your Malta. I already told you guys that I'm experimenting today, and the Baileys is the experiment. Okay, Trelawney is playing her music in my background. I can hear it in the video, so I have to do a voiceover right here. But in all, I added 2 cups of Baileys and 2 cups of milk just to get the consistency that I wanted. So now I am going to slowly add in my dry ingredients. After adding in my dry ingredients, that's where you would see me add more Baileys and more milk. So I need a less thicker consistency because I don't want it to come out like Toto. I want my bun to be nice and soft. So for the wet ingredients, it's 2 cups of whole milk, and I added 2 cups of Baileys, 2 eggs. To the eggs, I added a pinch of orange zest, 1 tablespoon vanilla, a tablespoon each of jam, molasses, and honey. She wants to say hi. Say hi. Okay. I love you. Hi. Hi. Good. You're too much. So once I added the extra cup of Baileys and the extra cup of milk, I had the consistency that I needed, so I went on to achieve my color, and in all I added 2.5 tablespoons of browning, and that is to consider the type of browning that you're using, because some of them are bitter and some of them are really dark. So you just gradually add it until you have like a light chocolate color. This is what you're looking for. It just needs more color. So my oven is preheated at 325 degrees. My pans are greased and lined. I like to line my pans, even though they are non-stick, I still line them. It gives my bun like a better texture on the outside. All right, so that's basically it. The first one baked for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and the last one that I put in the pan was a bit thinner, so it took like 1 hour and 10 minutes to bake. My pan. Okay, I'm Lisa, one bun me get out of this. Really? That should be enough because it's gonna rise. And then we're gonna add some cherries on top. for beautification. And to give it that authentic look, we're gonna add some of the mixed peel on top as well. That way when I'm eating it, I can just pick them out. Peel around here. Just a little color. Sprinkle about, sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Going in the oven. For my original glaze, I normally use like a 1/4 cup of water, a tablespoon of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, but in this video I use honey instead of brown sugar, and then I always add a tablespoon of guava jam. You just let that simmer for a few minutes. Once it starts to caramelize, then you're just going to remove it from the stove, and as soon as the bun comes out, you just use it and brush it onto your bun. I normally just start making my glaze right before I take the bun out of the oven. That means you spread it on while the bun is still very, very hot. The oven, we're gonna glaze this. Whew. I'll bring it closer so you can see. So now we're just gonna let this cool down, and then we can slice into it with some tasty cheese. You guys already know that if I make something and it doesn't come out good, whatever experiment that I do and it doesn't come out good, you're not gonna hear of it. I'm not gonna post it. So once you're watching this video, that means the Easter bun was a yay. It was a hit. All right, so just go ahead and hit the thumbs up button before we end the video. This looks good. Just want to bring it in a little closer. This is a hefty slice. I'm not gonna eat all of it, but the bun soft. Ooh. As I'm telling you, I'm gonna like mixed peel, bun and cheese. Let me just take this opportunity to thank everyone who clicked on this video. You could have clicked on any other video, but you clicked on mine. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Thank you for liking, and I hope you guys are having a great week. Stay safe, show some love, and please come back to watch more of my videos. All right, bye, take care.